Hi everyone, welcome to Automation Testing Series by StarAgile. I am Satyam. I'll be your guide throughout this journey. In this video, we'll be covering synchronization in Playwright, handling dropdowns in Playwright, selecting radio buttons and checkboxes, Playwright Inspector, and how to debug your scripts. So let's get started. Hello everyone. So today in this lecture, we are going to talk about synchronization in Playwright. Okay. So let's get started. So synchronization. So synchronization is very important topic basically. In any of the testing tool, if you go, synchronization is very much important. Playwright comes with inbuilt synchronization. Okay, so let me show with the example. So in the previous lectures, as you know that we were using await, right? So this await itself comes with certain time limit. Okay, if you don't provide await, so what will happen is the script will not get to know, like we have to wait it here to load the page, right? It will go directly and search this locator, okay, and it will fail it. So first it will await, it will load this page, then it will wait for page to load, and after that it will go here. Understood? So this is the benefit of await here, which is coming by default and inbuilt in Playwright. Okay. But rather than that, also what exactly we need to do have is, so wherever async is there, we need to have await, or else it will not work, because this works in the promise way. Wherever a synchronous function is there, await, we need to provide it. Then only this file will or this script will wait for that particular period of time. So if you go to the Playwright config file, not here, let's say go there. So there are the files where we provide basically inbuilt, so there are the places we provide particularly config file, like how much weight should be there, like say how I have provided here the dynamic weight, right? That's how we verify if at all, if the script is still failing, it is not waiting with the help of await, then we will go and provide this dynamic await. So this await, what exactly it carries is basically, let me go to the website and I'll show with the example. Click function, suppose we do, right? Click function in Playwright. So in the click function, if you go to the actions, so see in the actions what all the things are there. So one second. So what we'll do is we'll go await in Playwright, right? Because we are talking about await. So here, if you go here, it's written here, see, page.go and then if you go down, then we will see await. Just type it here, await in Playwright. Okay. So if you can see here, handling asynchronous person, which I told. So here we have asynchronous function. To handle this, we will we will provide await, or functions like when we are using goto, when we are using click, expect, for these things, right? Because these are the actions. So for the actions, we always provide await, because it will wait for that particular action to be performed. So as I spoke here, so await we have provided here so that it will wait for that particular action to be performed, right? So that's how we have provided here await. After that, how we have provided, so here also see, we were doing kind of expect, it's kind of assertion we are doing, right? So here also we have provided await in between. Why we have provided await is like it will wait for that particular operation to be happened, right? That's why it will wait for that. But if suppose if at all it is not waiting for that particular element, although if you have provided await, then we'll go explicit waits. So explicit waits are like, there are various waits available in the Playwright. First is await page dot wait for timeout. So it will wait for that particular element to be loaded. So here we have given 5 seconds. So it will load for 5 seconds. basically it will load for the 5 seconds and then it will perform any actions, right? Any so there are many other waits available, like if you give here something like to be visible or to be enabled, any function if you give, right? So it will wait for that particular element to be visible. So that particular wait is coming from Playwright itself, right? So it has their inbuilt function wait, right? So this is what wait. So basically that's how the synchronization is important. So if it comes with await by default, if at all it is not working, then we go with await page dot timeout. So if you go in the official website, you can type here waits in Playwright. Okay, it will show what all the awaits. See, so first of all, what exactly it is written. Suppose like some locator is there and click. So by default it will come with wait. By default Playwright will come with certain number of wait. What it ensures is, suppose you have given locator dot click. So what ensures these 5 things has happened, then only this then only this particular script will pass, or else it will fail. So these 5 things should be: locator should be exactly one element should be visible, stable, it should receive events, and it should be enabled. Then only this locator should be clickable, right? So that's how we these are the checks which Playwright does by default. So here also, if you are written here, see locator dot check, so it does these 5 things. For click it does these 4 things. So these all the checks has happened automatically. So that's how the synchronization being achieved in the Playwright, right guys? So now we will talk about how exactly we will handle drop downs in the Playwright, right? So how we will handle the drop down. So if you go on the page and see here, we have drop down here, see here gender, and then we have male and female drop down, right? So let's go and see like how exactly we can select it, this particular field, right? So first of all, what we will do is we'll just take this locator. This time let's go by get by label. Okay, we'll go by get by label and we'll take gender. Okay, so await, what we will do is we'll comment this out. Await page dot get by label we'll do. Okay, and here we will provide label. Okay, then we have a method named select option. Okay, in that select option, whatever you want to select, you will be able to select it. So suppose you want to select male and female. So suppose if you are selecting female here, right? So let's run this script. We'll see what is happening. Ideally, it should select female. See, this female has happened, but it is very fast, so you will not be able to see. So what you can do is you can provide here debugger await page dot pause. With the help of this, you will be able to see whether it is selecting or not. Okay guys, see. So this is the debugger thing, await page dot pause. I'll talk about this later point of video, but for now, just to show like whether it is selecting female, see, the gender has been selected female, and then you can close it. See, it has been passed. So this is how we will select all the drop downs present on the page. Suppose if you want to select here male rather than female, okay, then just run it over here and see what is happening. See, if you go down, if you see here, male has been selected here, right? So this is how it happens. Okay. Now one more thing we will be doing is, apart from typing the label, what we can do is we can go with the locator itself. Let's comment it out, this one, and what we will do is we'll go await page.locator. Okay, and we'll take the locator from there. Let's see the locator here, and we have this, right? We have form control as a class. Okay, let's see that if it is unique. Select that class form control. Okay, see, it is unique. Okay, let's take this one and we will put it here. Now we can do select option and select mail, right? So let's see whether in this way if user is able to select it or not. See, perfect, it has been selected mail, right? Perfect. Now what you can do is, rather than doing this, you can store it in variable also. Const dropdown equal to, we can write, okay, and then this thing we can write it in the next line. This also we can do it. So drop down dot, we can provide this. Second, yeah, see, now let's run it. Okay, so now it should select mail. See here, it is has been selected mail. So although actually it is pre-selected as males, that's why it is showing male. What we will do is we'll change it to female. Okay, so it should change to female. Okay, let's run it now. Always save the file wherever you are running it. Before that, just save the file. Let's see. Yeah, see, the female has been selected, right? This is how it works. So this is all about selecting the drop down, right, guys? So later on we'll see more about this, how to select checkboxes, radio buttons, as well as this pause, right? We have used it, this pause, this timeouts. We'll talk about this in the later point of our videos, and we are going to talk about selecting radio buttons and checkboxes. So let me show this with an example. I'll open the page first. So if you can see here, so we have two radio buttons and one checkbox, right? So let's try to automate this. So first we will go with the checkboxes. So in the last video we have seen till here how exactly we can select the drop down. In this video we'll talk about checkboxes, right? So let me comment out dealing with checkboxes. All right. So let's go ahead. Don't worry about the suggestions which are coming. That keep on coming when you start it. This just to help it out. So let me go over there. So we have one checkbox. Let me find out the locator for it. So if you hover it and click over there, so what you can see here, we have class form check input. Okay, let's find the XPath for it. So we'll type we'll type class, and then we'll go with form check input. So if you can see here, there are 4 records found, right? So either you can go with nth logic, like nth of 0 if you give, then you will be able to select this. And the second way what you can do is you can go with the ID. So let's try with ID whether it's unique. Let me clear it this. Alright, so if you can see, this is unique, right? We can take this one. So let me go with await page.locator, and we'll give here the locator. what we got it, Control C and Control V, right? Now what we can do is we can click here, we can directly perform the click operation here, okay. So with the help of this, we should be able to click on the checkbox. Let's try this out. All right, so and Playwright test, then test name. 1 second, let me open in the headed mode. I have not opened it. So again I'll go there and I'll type here headed. So now it will open in headed mode so that we can see what exactly the things are getting performed. So see guys, it is passed and it is very much faster so that we couldn't see like what exactly has happened. So what you can do is to check basically what is happening, you can add here pause. About the pause we'll talk in the next lecture. For now just I'm adding it up, page.pause, okay. So if you give here page.pause, by this we can see whether this checkbox is getting selected or not, okay. Let's run it again. All right, so if you go here, see it is getting checked, right? Correct. So that means this is happening. One more thing you can do is rather than click, you can type here check. With the help of this also you will be able to check it. So let me run again. Let's see whether it is getting selected or not. So if you can see, with the help of this method also we are able to select it. So there are two methods, either you can click it or you can have the check method. With the help of check method also you will be able to check the checkboxes, okay. Now the next thing which we have is radio button, okay. Dealing with radio buttons, right. Let's go with that. First of all, we'll try to find the radio button. Let's go here and just hover it over here. So you can see the radio button is there, correct. So now what we will do is we'll take the class this time. So we'll take class, right. Okay, but in the class if you can see there are 4 options. So we'll try to go with nth logic for this time, just to show you guys how exactly we can use the nth logic, right. Or else you can go with any other locator like ID, it will be unique for sure, or type you can go, right. But I am just going with nth logic just to show how exactly it works. Although we have spoken about it earlier, but still I am just going to show you once again. So I'll open this, and if you see here, the radio button is getting selected on the second. So we'll go with the indexing of 1. So it should be nth of 1. Then only the second, on the second radio button will be selected. So let me copy this. Let's go here. We'll type await page.locator, right, and then we'll give, okay. Now we have nth of, what was that, nth of, so it is second, right. Second means we'll give nth of 1, okay. Now we'll do the click operation. We'll see what is happening, okay. We'll just try first. Let me run again. So if you see there, the debugger has been opened. Just go one by one. Okay, it has come to radio button. Now it has been selected, right. So this is being passed. Again, on this select, on this click thing, what you can do is you can also use check. Let's try this out whether it is happening. Alright, so see here it is getting checked, also radio button also getting selected. That means this is passing, right? So this is how we can deal with the checkboxes and radio buttons. If you don't want to go with nth logic, then what you can do is, again let's go here and find something which is unique here, right? So if you can see here, it looks like ID is unique. Let's try it out. ID, and then here we will go with the value. Okay, see this is 1 by 1, that means this is unique, right? So we can go with this logic. So let's take this locator and we'll use it here. Await page dot locator, and we'll give the locator name. Okay, and then we'll give here check, right? So in this logic you don't have to go for indexing. What exactly it calls is indexing. With the indexing, if multiple elements are being found because of this locator, then we'll go with the indexing logic. If you want to find something unique, then you can go directly with something unique. So suppose here I am using it ID, right? So now just you comment it out. Okay, and let's run it. We'll see what is happening. Okay, let's see. Okay, it is getting selected. Now it has come to student, right? And you can see also like, okay, locator, what exactly is the locator we have used it, right? It is showing here. So when it will highlight this particular radio button, it will also show this locator has been, this locator has been used, right? Let's click here, see now it is selected and it has been passed, right? So this is how basically we'll deal with checkboxes as well as radio buttons. So guys, you can either use this or you can use this also, okay? It all depends on you what exactly you want to use it. Apart from that, you can use the click operation or the check operation. It all depends on you. If you want to use check, you can check it. If you want to use click, then you can click it. Also, there is one more method which is present here. Just comment it out. We'll see here. So rather than giving on nth of 1, right, what you can do is you can give here dot, see in the suggestions also it's showing first, right? So this is also a method to select the first radio button, okay, and dot check. Let's see what exactly is happening. So that if you don't want to go to indexing, you can go with this also. Let's run it. Okay, see here, this operation has been happened, right? So you can use this or you can use the previous one. It all depends on you, okay, what you want to use it, right? Alright, so this is all about the checkboxes and radio buttons. So in this lecture, we are going to talk about Playwright Inspector and how exactly we can debug the Playwright script, right? So if you can see on the PPT itself, what exactly it has used is await page.pause, right? So earlier also in the previous lecture, I have used page.pause, but we have not spoken how exactly it works, right? So this is the best thing to debug the code. So right, wherever your code is failing, you can go ahead and debug the code. How can you do that? Let me show with the example now. So guys, if you can see here, right, await page.pause, I have used it here. So wherever you feel there is an error in the code, then what exactly you can do is you can use await page.pause. So wherever it is failing, just before one line, just add await page.pause. It will open the debugger. But for now, suppose if you don't want await page.pause to be added, just comment it out. How exactly you can use it? There is one more method so that you can use the debugger. So particularly you open this npx playwright test, your test name, and you can give --debug.
okay, and just enter it. Now see what exactly it is happening. It is running one test with one worker, and you can see this debugger has opened, right? So with the help of this, you can open the debugger. So in that case, you don't have to add await page.pause. Okay, so page.pause basically we add where you feel it is failing, right? But if you open debugger directly, it will start from your first line, and then you can go one by one. See, it will show all the steps whatever we have done one by one, right? And that's how you can debug it. But if suppose like if you are feeling, uh, let's fail one line, okay, and then we'll see how exactly it is happening. So suppose this checkbox which locator you have given, right? If you give here 2 3, something wrong you have given, right? Just to show you, I'm just adding it here. So I have given 1 2 3. In this case it will fail it, and for now let me not add this await.page.pause. Okay, let me run it again. This time just remove debug and just add headed, so it will open in headed mode. Now guys, our expectation is this should fail in this line basically. Let's see. So it is waiting for that locator, so probably it will wait for 5 seconds to locator to find, and if the locator is not found, then it will fail that skip. Let's wait for it until it is getting failed. See guys, now it has been failed, right? So we'll see where exactly it has been failed. See here, it has been failed here itself where we have added the wrong locator, right? So suppose in this line, suppose line number 21, the script has been failed, right? So, but you don't know where exactly it is failing, or suppose like for now it is like just 30-35 lines, right? If in future if you are working on real time, right, in that case there will be thousands of lines. So in that case, to debug where exactly it has been failed, or suppose the multiple failures are there, right? So it will be quite difficult for you to debug it, right? So in that case, you just go and add await page.pause. Okay, if you have added it, then now you run it. Now you see the debugger will open on that particular line before where it is failing, right? So let it open first. See guys, now it has been opened. So this is basically, this icon is basically used to step over, right? You can go one by one each and every line of code, and you can see what exactly it is performing on the UI. So whatever action you perform here, it will be showing over here itself, right? So if you click on step over here, right, just click on this. See guys, now it is not showing in the green color, right, because it is waiting here to check this particular action to be performed, right? But here the locator is failed, right? So it is waiting whether this is failed or what exactly it is happening here. It is checking over here, right? That's why it is not showing green also. We can't go next line, because here it is something which locator is waiting for, right? And this is not happening. So it will check for 5 seconds what exactly it is happening, and automatically it will fail, right? So let's see here and let it fail first. We'll wait for a certain amount of time, because basically this operation, right, so it checks for 5 to 6 things over there, and then only it fails basically. Okay, let it fail first. And if it is taking time also to fail it, what you can do is you can just close it, and even you can close this browser too. So in this case also it will show where exactly it has been failed, right? So if you go here and if you see same line, it is showing there is the error, right? So what we will do is this time we will remove the error. We'll write the correct locator. In this case it will not fail. Let's see what exactly it is happening. Alright, so see here, now we'll go one by one. See guys, this step. Now it is fine, right? It is working. And also what it exactly it is showing, it is showing the particular locator. Okay, what exactly it is happening. It will show the logs also. See here logs. What exactly it is happening, checking, input this. So all the actions it will show what exactly you have written here, right? It will wait for the locator, then locator should be resolved, then after that attempting to click, then it will check whether element is visible, enabled, stable. Then if element is visible, enabled, stable, then it will scroll into the view if needed. Then if it is done, then after that it will check that. All right, see here it is checked, right? And also you can see here the green mark, that means it is getting checked. And if you click again here, then all the actions will be performed, right? Okay, all right. So one more thing is there in the debugger. Let me open again. I'll show you. So guys, if you see, if you don't want to go one by one, what exactly you can do is you can just click here, resume. Okay, what exactly it will happen is that it will run one by one, but it will be very fast. You don't have to click one by one here. It will automatically go each and every line of code, and it will check for all the possible outcomes. Okay, so in the debugger, the best thing is what I feel is whatever the thing you are written, right, same action you will be able to see it's performing one by one. Okay, so if you don't want to go step by step, just click here. See, it was very fast, right? It will perform all the actions and it will close the debugger, right? So this is how basically we will go and debug the code, right? All right.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. And if you are looking to earn a globally recognized certification in automation testing, be sure to check our StarAgile automation testing course. The link is in description. Thanks for watching and keep learning. I will see you in the next video.